Okay.
Okay.
To go past life regression.
So the first one, I was immediately in a meadow. I was 32 years old. The year I got was 1432, and I got the impression it was somewhere in Europe. The thought was that it was somewhere in what's now Slovenia, or that area. Mm-hmm. At that point, I was not married. I was very happy. I lived with my parents. I helped my father in some way, shape, or form in his business. And I loved my life. I was very happy. I had no desire to be married. I didn't want to have that as part of my being. But about a year later, my parents forced me to get married. And I very clearly, my parents in that lifetime were my parents in this lifetime. And they forced me to marry an older man who was wealthy, and they were concerned about my being on my own and not having anyone to take care of me when they were no longer around. And he was very cold and not mean, but sort of just distant. But he wanted to be able to take care of me. He didn't want me to be independent. So that was difficult because I couldn't be that anymore. And so I felt like I was very much under the control of him. And it's very interesting because I wasn't completely clear if we had a child or not. I got the sense maybe we had one child. I also got the sense that I could no longer do anything business-wise. So I was very forced into a role as very female role. And I also very strongly sense that my husband in that lifetime was my husband in this lifetime. Mm-hmm. So when I went back for the higher learning, the thought that was we both came back this lifetime to change that, because he's very. I got the impression it just felt like he came back this lifetime, and it was for us to change those roles so that we were supportive of one another. And so that was what I took from that. It was a really good feeling to feel that it was not a life that I was happy with. It wasn't an awful life. I wasn't happy in that life. But that this time around, that's part of what we're here for together.
Yep.
The second time around, I was in some sort of a deserty area. I had wild, crazy hair. I'm not sure what my name was. I was a guy, and I was a prophet, and I was killed because my views were against the prevailing governmental views, and I provoked people. I caused fear. And my wife had left me because of what I said and what I did, and how I was just out there against what I was supposed to be saying. I was supposed to agree with everybody, and I didn't. And my son in that lifetime was my son Andrew in this lifetime. And I felt like I wasn't sure what the higher knowledge was to bring back into the lifetime, but I got when I died that son in that lifetime was with me. I was stabbed here, from behind. I was stabbed in my right shoulder, and what I did get after that death was just that something about my voice and using my voice and saying not being afraid, and I wasn't afraid in that lifetime. It got me in trouble, but not to be afraid, and any time that it was to bring that back, that it was okay to be who you were. And that particular lifetime, I wasn't scared, but I got killed for it. So maybe that it's not. I'm not exactly sure. I guess maybe I'll get more insight or more.
Have you ever had right?
Yeah, so it was really interesting because I very clearly saw it, and it is right, usually on the right side, not always. But yeah, so it was really interesting. Yeah.